Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of History Hobo Plays TimeGuessr, where I play TimeGuessr daily challenges. We had a bit of a disastrous round yesterday in Sweden where I completely failed to recognise that it was part of a movie shoot and not actually a period piece, so I lost loads of points on that. That's brought my monthly average below 45,000, so let's see if we can get that back up today. Let's get into the game. Okay, here we go. Oh, we have Australian rules football. Know that straight away from the 4 goalposts and the outfits. They're very recognisable as Aussie rules football. We seem to have a team name here. Something Dockers. What does this say? R-E-M-A-N-T something E. Not sure. Is that an F? Fremonte? Not sure on that. We've got a lot of signage here. Carlton Draft. That looks like a beer label. Herald Sun. It's a newspaper by the sounds of it. We're for the greatest game on earth. We're for Victoria. Victoria is a province of Australia. I'm not sure what they call them in Australia. States, provinces. I think that's where Melbourne is, so could we be in Melbourne? Looks like that's the home team stuff, so yeah, again Victoria. Anything else? Saints.com.au corporate. Saints the name of the team. Not sure. Condor something. HFC corporate. Don't know, there's maybe a few different teams, a few different sports play here, I'm not sure. It's interesting that in Australia they've got the crowd interspersed the teams, right? The fans of different teams right next to each other. You'd never see that in the UK. That's why I hate football, to be honest. The violence, I can't stand it. Okay. Yeah, nothing else jumping out at me. Can I see anything on their uniforms? It's too blurry. Assume this purple team is the home team as their label is on the pitch. Whether that's just like, it could be like a championship match here and they have both teams on the pitch just so we can see one of them. Seem to be slightly more purple fans than there are yellow though, so would suggest we are at home. And Victoria should be where this is. So let's look in the map. Could look along the... Let's think about it. The Dockers sound like they would be near a dock. So I would look in Melbourne first, more than likely. Do we have a team? Let's have a look and see if we've got a... We have a dock here, so they do use that. We have a stadium right here by the docks. It does have a cricket strip on it, but it is kind of oval shaped. That's the problem. Cricket and Aussie rules football both use an oval shaped pitch, so I assume they probably share the pitches. Although the grass cut on this one doesn't quite look the same. Obviously this picture though is done probably a lot more recently, this satellite image. Well, maybe not. I don't know when this image was taken yet. Could it be here? Let's have a look at what's this place called. Marvel Stadium, Etihad Stadium, Australian Football League. So they do have Aussie rules here. AFL. We'll put it here for now. Would that work for this place? I'm not entirely sure if this does work just because of the roof. Doesn't look like one of those stadiums that has a roof just by how even the light is. There's no shadow being cast on the pitch at all. Do we have green around the edges? We do. It's possible, it's very possible, but this pitch looks a bit knackered, to be honest, from Well, as I said, it could be a long time ago. Let's have a quick look around anywhere other pictures that it could be. Well, straight away I see this place here. Again, set up for cricket. What's this one? Does this one also have AFL? So this is Melbourne Cricket Ground. Do they have AFL here too? Premiership Club. Not sure here, because this stadium seems more like this kind of one here. How many tiers do we have? 1, 2, 3. No, maybe it doesn't work. I think there's 3 tiers of seats here, and we have 1, 2, 3, and I think a 4th tier up here. I think we'll have to go in the other stadium then. Hope I'm not going to regret that. I think we'll go in this one. Oh, I just noticed Pepper's Dockland here. Dockland, so maybe it is the Dockers. Oh, and the Dockland's here, so maybe this is the right stadium. Let's hope it is. Now let's look at the... hopefully it's not another team in another part of the country, but Australia, you lose so many points if you're in the wrong city. Alright, what year could this be? Quite difficult to tell. Looks like everyone's wearing ponchos because it might have been raining. The fashion doesn't look too old though. I was looking at this jacket here. These puffer jackets. Must be a winter game for Australia if people are wrapped up this warm. Yeah, puffer jackets. Not really seeing any phones, but sporting events, often you don't. People are more engrossed in the game. If this is a championship match especially. What year should we say? It doesn't look too old. I wouldn't say it's 90s, early 2000s. I'd say it's a bit later. 2012-ish, maybe. Doesn't look super modern. Could it be any later than that? Possibly. Hard to say exactly. We'll move it up to 2014. Let's hope we're not moving it away. Oh, it's 2013, so I moved it the other side of the date. Where was it? The Australian Rules Football League 2013 Grand Final between Hawthorn and Fremantle. I've heard of Fremantle, I should have known that. And where was it? Oh, don't tell me it was in that stadium I was looking at. I'm a bloody idiot. It was in this cricket stadium because it's a national championship. I'm an idiot. I should have thought that's the roof of the other one didn't fit, but I bet that other one is probably where their actual pitch is, their normal pitch is. Ooh. This looks familiar. Looks very much UAE style, is it? Directory? Or maybe not. Possibly. First Street. Oh, is this Grand Central Station? Just these arches and the grandioseness of it immediately jumped out at me as being from the UAE, but maybe not. Say goodbye to your credit card rewards. It's mostly English. Yeah, these look more American possibly, so we could be in Grand Central Station here. Mostly white people around, a few black people. Works for New York. Something cafeteria is way. But having... I'm thinking about this now because that looks like soccer or football. I'd be very surprised if you had advertisements for that in the USA. Here's Pursuit of Victory. Strange. Something Saturdays 4 p.m. Buy tickets here. What are they buying tickets for? Something Av. Something Sets Av. Bassett's Av or something like that maybe. What would the tickets be for? This one's interesting. And again, Sets Av tours. Oh, that looks like the White House or the Capitol building. Oh, that's the Capitol building, I think. Monuments by moonlight. Buy tickets here. So are we in Washington, D.C.? Yeah, it didn't look like the exact Grand Central Station. It's more of a square. It doesn't have these arches in the main building, but I don't know about the other parts, so that was an assumption I made there. Still strange to have soccer advertised or football. Yeah, so we must be, looks like a train station. Be surprised if it's an airport. Could be though. But we have two streets to work off. First Avenue and something Sets Avenue. Not sure what it says. Massachusetts Avenue, maybe? Okay, let's have a look for this in Washington. I've never seen a station in Washington, D.C. before. I assume it's pretty central. Might take a bit of time to find, though. I'll have a look around. Here we have Washington Union Station. And we have a First Ave Northeast. And do we have something Massachusetts Avenue? Yeah, must be here then. Let's have a look at the satellite view of this building. Large building. I assume we're in this dome, like arched section here. Maybe here, I'm not sure, but this would look more like it because it has a thinner bit at the end, which would be that. So I think we're more likely to be around this end of the archway. See if we can see any of the businesses here. We've got a Pret-a-Manger in the corner here. I don't know, there might be a few floors, or it might go underground here, so I'm not entirely sure. But I think that looks pretty decent on the location. Yeah, looks pretty recent here. Do I see any phones in anyone's hand? But you've got football advertised. Anyone on the phone? This guy looks like he has a phone in his hand, possibly. Or that could be a drink. I'm not entirely sure there. Say we're quite recent here. I don't see any face masks, so we could be modern day or just pre-COVID. This woman possibly has a phone in this hand. This one does too. Quite a few phones around. Can't see any dates jumping out at me. No. Not looking like it anyway. Don't know if this is a famous football match or anything, but that would give away the date. Let's go. We'll hedge on the early side. We'll go 2022. It's 2024. I knew it was modern day and I didn't go for it. I was just trying to hedge in case it was pre-COVID. Perfect location, 11 meters away though. That's a good round. Oh, this is going to be more difficult, that's for sure. Seems Zibi. I'm not sure what language that is. I can barely read it because of the weird font. It looks like a toothpaste advert, possibly. It's not easy to read this because it's very blurry. What have we got up here? Ah, Poland, I would assume. The ski on the end of the word. So Stanislaw Kozorowski. I know Stanislaw is quite a common name. Warstadt. I'm not sure if we're in Warsaw here. I'm not sure how they say Warsaw in Polish. Pletkowska. At least we got the country. Yeah, it's definitely Poland when you have that L. To be honest, this looks like it could be either Krakow or Warsaw here. These buildings look very reminiscent of my times I've been to Krakow. I've never been to Warsaw, so I don't know. I assume it's probably quite similar. Don't think I'm going to get much to tell me the difference other than this possibly being something to do with Warsaw, but I don't know. Warstati. And then we have Poitrowska 12. I don't know if that's an address. 112. Right, we're gonna have to go to Poland. Fortunately, Krakow and Warsaw are quite far apart. I don't think I'll go in Warsaw though. It's probably not worth looking around for any of that, but let's hope we're here. If we're in Krakow, I'll be annoyed, but the date, quite old this. Got flat caps, we've got someone on a bike carrying a big suitcase. Don't see any cars, do we? Not really. What kind of things are they selling? Umbrellas by the looks of it. Hard to tell. Winter clothes is always difficult, and it looks quite cold. I think, is it pre-World War II? Possibly. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get any clues here as to the year. I think I'm going to go pre-World War II, just pre-World War II. Maybe like 38, something like that. Just prior to the Nazi occupation. Let's go for it. This could be 40s, 50s as well. It could quite be into 60s. Eastern Europe is very deceptive sometimes. Let's go for it. 34. I'm glad I didn't go the other way. And was it Warsaw or was it Lodz? It was Lodz, I think. Is this where Lodz is? Yes. I have no idea how you pronounce this name. If anyone knows, can leave a comment. I don't think it's pronounced Lodz, but okay, not a terrible score because it was a difficult round to place. 4 years off. I'm glad I went pre-World War II there because I was tempted to go in the 40s or 50s. Okay. We have Greek, possibly. Looks Greek, yes. It is Greek. Those aren't Greek flags. Ever ready. 9 lives. That's interesting. It's got English there. Loza Lozides Brothers Travel and Shipping Agency. United States likes Greek line. Something Air India. This is confusing. Barclays Bank. Lombard Banking. Cyprus, maybe? Cyprus, yes. So I'm in Cyprus. Don't see the Cyprus flag, but I don't know whether the Cyprus flag was changed at any point. Because the Cyprus flag is very easy to recognize because it's just an outline of the country. It could be Cyprus. We have Greek. I know there are military bases, Western, English, maybe American military bases in Cyprus as well. So that might explain some of the English we have here. Do we look like we're a big city? It's hard to say, but I think Cyprus is probably going to be our best guess here. We're down here. I would assume we're on the Greek side, not the Turkish side, given that we've got Greek there. Are we in Nicosia though? Nicosia is quite a large city. I think we'd have to guess there. Then we're fairly central to the island at least. We could be somewhere. It looks a little more coastal, just the image. You sometimes get that feeling, but it's an island nation, so it's hard to tell with island nations. Now the year. Let's just hope we are there. Some of these people could look a little bit more Turkish. This guy particularly, so, but these ones not so much. This guy here as well, so we could be on the Turkish side. Not sure when the separation actually happened between the Greek and Turkish side, or the Cypriot and Turkish side. Cars look very 1950s. This one particularly. It's hard to tell because they're wearing school uniforms. This guy's outfit looks a bit more 70s almost, but do we see any more modern looking cars in the background, or do they all look quite old? Given the age of these cars, I might go early 60s. Because these look more 50s-ish, particularly these ones. But they could be verging into the 60s. Just going off this guy's collar, this doesn't really look 50s to me. Yeah, I might regret that, but I might go bang on 60 here. Let's go for it. 64, so I was right about the 60s, but I didn't go far enough into it. So hundreds of Cypriot secondary school students taking to the streets to protest for Enosis, a word meaning the union of Cyprus and Greece. So they wanted to be part of Greece, not a separate nation. Don't know if that still exists. Okay, but still good score. Last round, we're up for a pretty good score here, not personal best. Okay, we have Louisiana Purchase Exhibition. So Louisiana Purchase, is it New Orleans then, are we? Or we're probably in Louisiana, unless it's complete trickery, or this architecture does not really look American though. Is it French then? I know the Louisiana Purchase is where the French sold Louisiana to the Americans. Western Union Telegraph and Cable Office. 9033 doesn't help. But these white outfits on the ladies and the big hats make me think it's very old. Like I'm talking 1900 old here. We don't see a single car in the background. Where would the Louisiana Purchase exhibition be? Indian something. We do have English stock something. So it's not really French. Do not recognize this. Do we have any American flags here? Have flags, but I cannot tell what they are. No, it doesn't look really like a... That almost looks like a Russian building, that. This is bizarre. Something Alps. Louisiana Purchase Exposition. Gonna think about this one, this is confusing. Trying to think where... I know obviously Louisiana was part of the Louisiana Purchase, but I think there was more land than just Louisiana. I think it was like most of the Mississippi River. It was quite a large amount of land throughout the center of America. So could we be in one of these places like Arkansas, Missouri, even Oklahoma possibly? America's so bloody big though. Doesn't look like New Orleans really. Not any image I've seen of New Orleans. Are there any clues as to where it could be? Indian something. I don't know. I'm sure that's probably referring to Native Americans. Wondering if these were just all built for the exposition and then knocked down. They'd like to do that a lot back then. Something... Baby, I really don't know. It doesn't look familiar to me at all. Something Alps. It's bizarre. I think I'm just gonna go. Where was the? I don't even know where I'm gonna go here. It was somewhere in the middle. I think Louisiana was almost like this huge area in the middle here, I think. And all of that was known as Louisiana back then. Would we be crazy to not go in Louisiana? Maybe not. Maybe Kansas? St. Louis, Missouri? Sounds quite French, St. Louis. See, Des Moines. Again, we have French names going up this far. So I think these were included in the Louisiana Purchase, some of these French named cities. Des Moines, Iowa. So if it went up to Iowa, quite easily could be St. Louis. Any other French sounding places along here? I don't even know where Memphis comes from. Is that an English name or is that... It could be come from French, that. I don't really know though. I think I'm just going to put it in the middle because I have no idea. Let's go near Kansas. We'll go Kansas City because it's kind of in the middle of the area I'm thinking. I don't think it would be Kansas City. Sure, Kansas City's not that old in the center, but I just have no clue here, to be honest. Go central Kansas City. Or should we go St. Louis? We'll leave it just in case. Now, is it 1900? It's very close to it, if not. I don't really like going in 1900 because you're limited on, you either dead on or you're going to be wrong. At least if you go like 1902, you got a bit of leeway either side. I couldn't tell you when the Louisiana Purchase actually was. Let's go 1902 just because it hedges both sides of it. Let's go for it. Where was it? Oh, it was St. Louis. I should have changed. So crowds gathering at the 1904, not terrible, Louisiana Purchase Exposition in St. Louis, Missouri. I've got a friend who lives in St. Louis as well. The exposition marks the 100th anniversary of the Louisiana Purchase. So it's 100 years after. I thought it must have been after because Louisiana Purchase was a long time ago. Okay. Final score shouldn't be terrible. 46,570. That last round was a killer, that. Especially location-wise. Let's go in. Are we back above 45? Just. We're hovering. We seem to be up and down above it every day now. Okay, and let's look at the breakdown quickly. First round, Aussie rules. Good year guess, really. Location was clearly Melbourne, really. Don't think you'd be crazy, really, to go anywhere else. Second round was the Union Station. I should have gone present day on that one. It was clearly present day. Same reason with I don't like going 1900. I don't often like going 2024. The Poland one, I didn't see any signs to say it was Lodz, but I might have missed something there. Good year guess though, not too bad. The next one, Cyprus, 4 years off, not bad either. And the last one, we weren't a million miles away. We're lucky we went in the middle and not down in Louisiana, really. Just didn't feel like New Orleans. I've seen lots of pictures of New Orleans. I had a friend who went to university there as well, so I know I've seen loads of pictures of that area. It doesn't look like that. Okay, not terrible, but not the best. I think we could have done a little bit better on that round for sure. Okay, I'll see you again tomorrow. Hopefully we can beat that. Bye.